Hello, in this video we are going to talk about how to find all the solutions. So let's recall sine, theta, and the cosine function. Their period is 2 pi. So that means the pattern will repeat every 2 pi, such as, let's use sine as an example. So we know that sine's function in one period look like this, correct? And then this is 2 pi, and after 2 pi it will repeat, doing the same thing again, right? Here is 4 pi, and then it will repeat again at another 2 pi, 6 pi. So it's keep working. So that means if I'm trying to find a solution, there will be an infinite many solution because we have infinite many period we're repeating, right? So for example, if I let y, sorry. So if I let y equals to maybe half, so 8, will you be able to see this? So look at this 9, this is y equals to 1/2. So look, this is one solution, this is another solution, this is another solution. So we totally have 3 solutions for every 3 period. So that means each of this solution will repeat every 2 pi, right? It repeat in here 1, second time, the third time. Well, second is tangent. Tangent's period is every pi. If you remember the graph, tangent, it look like this, right? So that means if I want to ask you something about, okay, y equals to 0.4 and how many solution it is, well, then we will have also 3 different solution or more than that, like 1 solution, 2 solution, and 3 solution. And this solution repeat every pi period because tangent repeats every pi. Okay, so now after the review, let's begin our first exercise. Let's say, for example, I want you to find all the solutions to sine x equals to 1/2. So sine equals to 1/2. So right now, by now you should be familiar with when the sine equals to 1/2 is when x, at least the easiest one is when x equals to 13 degrees or pi over 6. Now let's look at the graph. We have a unit circle, and let me draw a nicer one. We have a unit circle, and then here is 13 degrees, and that is our one solution. What would be the other solution? Well, think about when the sine x equals to 1/2. So there's another, this gives us the reference angle, right? The value of reference angle. And also sine x, if it's a positive, that means it could be in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. So we know that the reference angle is going to be pi over 6, and it's going to be in 2 quadrants. So that means the second solution would be, I'm going to use a red pen. The second solution would be in here, right? This angle, think about this angle. If here is pi over 6, so that means the value of this angle, let's say this is angle theta, is going to equals to the reference angle, and also because it's in second quadrant, so that means this is going to be positive. So that means sine theta also equals to 1/2. And our theta is equal to, the total would be pi minus the reference angle pi over 6, which is 5 pi over 6. So now we have a two solution. The first solution is, so far in one unit circle, we have a two solution. The first solution would be the red one, theta, which is equal to 5 pi over 6. The second solution is this one. Let's say alpha. Alpha equals to 13 degrees. Here gives us two solutions. What about others? 1 and 2. Well, since they repeat every 2 pi, so that means every 360 degrees. So that means if I rotate this again, this also will be a solution. So that means if I add 2 pi, it will be another solution. Similar to the red one, if I circle this again, for another 2 pi, that would be another solution. And then if I can add 2 pi, that means I can add 4 pi, I can add 6 pi, 8 pi, right? So that means totally there will be two solutions, pi over 6 at 2 pi times k. K is integer. Also, another solution would be x equals to 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi over k. So that means k is integers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going. Or negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Think about it. If k equals to 1, you add 2 pi. If k equals to 2, that means you're adding 4 pi. K equals to 3, you're adding 6 pi. So that means this is going to repeat every 2 pi, right? Which is the same as matching the science period. So our solution is going to be x equals to pi over 6 plus 2k pi, and then x equals to 5 pi over 6 x 2k pi. Okay, let's do another exercise. Let's do cosine. Let's say cosine x equals to negative square root of 2 over 2. So when you see square root of 2 over 2 in cosine, so that means we are looking for reference angle equals to 14.5 degrees. And then since it's a negative, when does cosine will be negative? Well, it's going to be second and third quadrant. So also in second and the third quadrant. So I'm going to draw two separate circles. 1, 2. So I know that the reference angle 14.5 degrees would be in here. Here is the reference angle. Reference angle, I'm going to use theta represented whenever you see the prime means reference angle. Another reference angle, remember reference angle is the terminal side with and the x-axis. So that means this is another reference angle equal to 14.5 degrees or pi over 4. And what would be these two angles? One is in the second quadrant, the other is in third quadrant, so that our cosine, whatever the angle is, it will equal to negative square root of 2 over 2. Similar to here, whatever angle is, it would be square root of 2 over 2. Now, what would be the angle? First one would be this guy. Second one would be this guy. Let me use different color of pen. Would be this one, right? So the first one is going to be pi minus pi over 4. So x is equal to pi. The total is 180 degree. The whole thing is 118 degree, and then you minus 14.5 degree. And then this will give us 3 pi over 4. And then the second one, x is equals to, look, this part is 118 degree plus 14.5 degree. So that gives us pi at pi over 4. Total would be 5 pi over 4. But that's not done. Remember what we talked about earlier? Because they will repeat this angle, also the solution, right? Add another 2 pi. Similarly to here, this one also will be the solution if you keep adding it. So that means the final solution should be at 2 pi k on each side, because you repeat every 2 pi. Oops, let me make it a little bit thicker. Cotangent is equals to, cotangent x equals to 1. All right. Now, cotangent x equals to what? 1 over tangent x. So that means 1 over tangent x equals to 1. So what we're looking for is tangent x equals to 1, right? When we solve tangent x. So what value of tangent x is going to equal to 1? 2. Two things that we know. One is a positive. The other is the reference angle tangent equals to 1. So that means the reference angle equals to pi over 4, 14.5 degree. And since it's a positive number, so that means we expected the answer is going to be in first quadrant and the third quadrant. So if I'm drawing it, in the first quadrant, that means here the reference angle would be 14.5 degree, and in the third quadrant, I want this part equals to 14.5 degree. The reference angle equals to 14.5 degree. Well, the first solution is going to be just 14.5 degree, which is pi over 4. X equals to pi over 4, because the reference angle itself is going to be the angle that we're looking for, and then we pass every 2 pi k because it repeats. And for the second one, the second solution is going to be this guy, pi at the reference angle, which is 5 pi over 4, and then repeat every 2 pi. So that would be the final answer for this question when cotangent equals to 1. Okay, last example. If I have cosecant x equals to negative 2 over square root of 3. Well, first let's convert cosecant to something that we're more familiar with, such as sine. So cosecant is equal to 1 over sine x, which is equal to negative 2 over square root of 3. So that means sine x equals to negative square root of 3 over 2. So from here, we got two things. One is the reference angle is equals to 60 degree, which is pi over 3. Second is, I know that since sine x equals to a negative number, so that means this is going to be in third and the fourth quadrant. Now, let's draw the graph. First solution in the third quadrant. Second one in the fourth quadrant, and they both have a reference angle equal to pi over 3. That means 60 degrees. Let me use a different color. For this one, with the reference angle pi over 6 in third quadrant, the second solution, let me be a little bit thicker. The second solution is here. With a reference angle pi over 6. Okay, this is going to be the solution. And for the first angle, this would be what? X equals to pi plus pi over 6, which is 7 pi over 6. Oh, over 3. Sorry. It's over 3 because the reference angle is pi over 3, not pi over 6. Here I need to change it to, should be 13 degrees, pi over 3. Okay, so that means this is equal to 4 pi over 3. That would be our first solution, but that's not done because you need to add 2 pi k. So for the second one, we have x equals to maybe is the total 2 pi minus 60 degrees. So that means this would be 5 pi over 6 at 2 pi k. So that's it. That's how we find the solutions, find all the solutions for the sine function. Okay, I'll see you in next video.